Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But they won, and so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Ready? 50, plant.
59. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's go. 18 Gator. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a Darius Geis touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And they'll get this down to the 10. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it here with Hunt. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's got it. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get 6 on the dump-off, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff?
Down the numbers. There he goes. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Darius Geis, 79 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Watch
Here's a quick throw finding Edelman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 26-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He got 29 yards that time. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Julian Edelman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a run with Geis, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win, because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. That one complete to Hill. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. Corey Peters there to bring him down. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
They'll go draw play. Smith gives to Geis. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run here with Vereen. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Gould now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Julian Edelman gets ready to take the field again here on offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the counter, Hunt. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I like watching the wide receiver screen, because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Mike,
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
We're following the made field goal for 3. Hopkins now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Smith hands off to Geis. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Smith. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Julian Edelman. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. but just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. On second down now, it's Hunt, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Gold to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Off of play action, here's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Smith throwing again. He's got Jack Doyle. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Come on.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Smith now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Dumps it off for Geis. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the draw, they go to Geis. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw, Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Ready, break. 59, 59. Here I come. Shift.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Looking left sideline. Incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Shane Vereen, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And that will be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hunt. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the delay, this is Vereen. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. 3rd and 2, Smith. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Vereen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. It's Geis on the counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Smith. Player has it complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Gold is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They run with Hunt. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. 23-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got it to Hearns. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Open man is Kirk, complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers to throw once more.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Hunt, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That one is caught by Hunt. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Cleveland. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. An update now from out in Southern California, and that one is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Packers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be caught. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the ground, Geis, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Blue. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Alfred Blue. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he completes it to Hunt. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before you can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 3. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st down, this is Geis. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Geis. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Offense.
They get the versatile Cameron Irving that time, former first-round pick out of Florida State. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Now it's Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On first down, Rodgers. Hearns brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. From the gun, Rodgers completes it to Hearns. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Darren Lee, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's knocking on that door for a 100-yard gain.
And what receiver doesn't want to be part of the Century Club? Every receiver, when the game starts, wants to have 100 or more yards next to his name. It's a badge of honor, but it also shows that you're helping out your team.
And he has certainly been helping out his team so far. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. From his goal line here, Smith. There on the catch, Alfred Blue. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Edelman set to return. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt. Leads to a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Here we go.
This is Geis. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Their gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Geis. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Smith going to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Peters. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
You ain't going nowhere.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Let it go. Let it go.
They'll run with Geis. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards. Moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.